The long-awaited negotiations between the new government and the Guyana Public Service Union got underway last week, after years of no deliberation with the previous administration. The government stated it was entering with an open mind, while the union made clear its expectations. Both sides have since expressed satisfaction with the negotiations thus far. Mr. Lincoln Lewis told Headline News that the government's decision fulfilled set laws.
But notwithstanding whatever the shortcomings are, it may be a good thing that the government has decided to engage the union. What they have done there is to satisfy 151 of the ILO convention, which speaks with to the collective bargaining in public service.
Lewis further stated that the negotiations also signaled the honoring of Convention 87 of the ILO, the Constitution of Guyana, and the Trade Union Recognition and Certification Law. The GTUC General Secretary said he was unsure, however, as to the agenda of the negotiations.
I don't know if it's salaries and conditions of employment, because I'm getting the impression that one side is talking about just salaries, direct salaries, and the conditions, other conditions are not on the table.
That issue came to light after the GPSU highlighted that in the government's invitation there was no mention of allowances being on the agenda. Clarity to that was sought by GPSU, and Minister Harmon responded, noting government wanted to address the issues one at a time. Harmon relayed that allowances were an aspect not touched in a long while. Lewis urged that an eye be kept on the negotiations.
It needs to be followed. It requires the support, the effort requires the support of every citizen of this country, because this is about the laws of this land. And we have had transgressing of the laws, violating of the laws, and transgressing of workers' rights over a number of years. Some of the things that happened in the PPP government continue to happen now.
The negotiations are ongoing and are expected to wrap up in a month's time. Mr. Lewis told Headline News that the government had to engage the other unions as well on their grievances, understanding that it was a time-consuming process. Rihanna, Mr. Lewis maintains that the government has a great responsibility as an employer to set the stage.